degraded.
So what's the main difference between someone who may be showing up as an orthorexic and thinking like, oh, these raw foods are the only way, and someone who's truly a holistic health master and chooses to live a as much as possible raw food lifestyle?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think ultimately vegetarianism is really the path to go for most people. I don't advocate eating meat. I'm really not into it. I think as a society we need to actually move away from that practice. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to vegetarianism, that's like the Buddhist philosophy of taking the middle path. Mm-hmm. You have this extreme, right? If you have a guitar and the cord is too tight, it could snap. Mm-hmm. If it's too loose, it won't play music. Mm-hmm. So it needs to be at that right middle path to actually play the right tunes, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing with us is that we have to be more gentle with ourselves. We have to be more open and accepting. And I think that we could, all vegans, in my opinion, most vegans, I won't say everyone, but for most people, I feel like long term they're going to do better as a practicing vegetarian, high raw food, not entirely raw food long term, incorporating things like quinoa, millet, amaranth, maybe brown rice or wild black rice, those kind of things, sweet potato, yams, grounding foods, with a high raw food lifestyle, and then having, maybe some raw goat's dairy in their life, having ghee butter in their life, taking a note out of the ancient practices of the Hindu culture, which is a 5,000-year-old vegetarian culture. I mean, I'm pretty sure they knew something. They didn't eat the cow because the cow was sacred, but they did do something very interesting is they took the alchemical byproduct of a cow's metabolic process, which is the creation of dairy products, raw dairy products. Mm-hmm. And they use that to sustain them and to actually give them the essential fatty acids they need, to give them the cholesterol and the fat sources and the protein that they require for generational health, right? Not just, oh, I'm going to live as a vegan. That's great. What about the next generation? Are you going to be able to somehow donate the genetic material to that developing child through the stages of conception and the hormonal development of childbirth? I mean, we could talk about that whole thing on its own. But that is a key consideration because we are very individualistic right now, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but in myopic focus, when we're not looking at the context, we're not looking at the bigger picture, it just creates more wars, more drama, more religion, more controversy. Getting into the bigger picture and saying, okay, what is actually the context? Where am I at in my life? What do I require for vigorous health? And how can I do that from abstaining from killing as much as possible? Right? We don't have to kill to live, but we do have to do some kind of dance.
Yeah. Awesome.